Today is going to be a big video because today I'm going to give my high time frame idea on Ethereum. A lot of people think that the bull market for Ethereum is over, but I actually think that it's gearing up for a move to $8,000. A lot of people think that the cycle is over for Ethereum, but what I'm actually currently looking at is a potential range low over here and our range high that we have right over here on the weekly time frame for Ethereum. We can indeed see that Ethereum has been deviating below that range low once, twice, and it has also been deviating above the range high once and twice. Now a lot of people think that after this second deviation over here that we should be expecting a push towards the downside. But you also have to be aware of the fact that the price doesn't continue to range and deviate forever. We can also see that when I take the date range over here, that this range has been forming for 1764 days. Guys, that is closing in on 5 years of range-bound price action. At some point, this range over here is going to break out. And I'm looking at a potential accumulation range before a potential bullish breakout. If this is redistribution and we get a breakdown, the pools are absolutely fucked and we are basically going to zero. The price of crypto, and especially of assets like Ethereum, is made to go up over a longer period of time. So what I'm actually currently looking at is price to hold this potential demand area that we have formed over here and to get a potential range breakout model over here on the weekly time frame and target potential $8,000. Now let's get a more in-depth view going on the daily time frame right here. We can also see that on the daily we have a beautiful range low over here and we have a stunning range high over here as well. Now on the daily, a potential range breakout model is exactly going on. I have a more in-depth video about range breakout models and I will leave that link to the video in the description down below. But what it basically means is that we have a leg towards the upside over here, outside of the range, right? Aggressively pushing outside of the range over here, while giving us a low probability Masters break over here, followed by consolidation above that range high. Now what happens with consolidation above that range high is that a lot of people think, okay, we are pushing above that range high, we are consolidating above that range high over here, we are consolidating above these very significant highs over here, we're going to target a breakout. They open up longs, and they target, for example, $8,000 or $10,000. Now, all those people, they obviously need a low to cover their stop loss. Where do we think they are going to place their stop loss? Exactly, guys. They're going to place their stop loss beneath a low right over here, which means that price and seeks that sell-side liquidity. That is exactly what happens. You can see after mitigating that sell-side, we get a bit of a bounce, and then we form another lower low over here. Now, this is basically what I want to see for a potential range breakout model. I want price to push back inside of the range first to confirm a deviation, right? Because a lot of people now get very, very bearish, targeting the range low potentially. We need those bearish people that are shorting and selling their positions in order to accumulate big buy and long positions over here. But also we need those shorts to then squeeze those shorts potentially towards the upside. And that is why this is my favorite range breakout model that is potentially being developed over here on the price of Ethereum. A few spots for the mentorship are now open. What we're doing is that in the link down below, I have an application form where you guys can apply for the one-on-one mentorship program. There's only limited spots available and I don't allow everyone to join the program. First you apply, then we have a chat, then we hop on a call to see if you are a good fit. I only want to mentor a couple of people at the same time to really devote my time and energy into that. If you think you are a good fit, make sure to go to the application form down below, fill out your information and fill out why you think you are a good fit, and maybe I'll get in touch with you. Now there's two ways to get the trigger for a confirmed range breakout model, because we can't blindly start buying the price of Ethereum over here, because where are we going to place our invalidation? So I'm waiting for my trigger. The first trigger, and this is the most aggressive trigger, is to get a high probability market structure break over here on the daily time frame, which means that I need a daily candle to open and close above this high over here to confirm that high probability reversal structure. This low mitigates this liquidity pool. That second low mitigates this liquidity pool. And therefore this is a high probability reversal structure because both lows are mitigating important liquidity pool. So significant low, significant high, because it brings us to a lower low. So all I now need is a push above that significant high, open and close a candle above the significant high, and then I have myself a confirmed range breakout model. I can be a buyer of Ethereum over here. I can anticipate that range breakout to happen, and then I can target $8,000 and beyond for a beautiful RR of 4. Now the second way that we can play this is by waiting for price to confirm the range breakout. What do I mean by that? I mean, instead of waiting for this high to get broken
broken, we are going to await this high right over here to get broken, because this high aligns with our range high. So instead of anticipating a potential range breakout below the range high, we are going to wait for an actual breakout above that range high, then play the higher low. Once again, guys, we need a daily candle to open and close above this high, not just close above that high, but open and close above that high. If that happens, then we can be a buyer of that range high over here with our invalidation over here, because price then forms a clean invalidation. And once again, guys, then we can target $8,000 as our first target and $10,000 as our second target. Keep in mind, and I want to be very, very clear about that, if a range, an accumulation range of 1766 days over here breaks out, you should expect a massive expansion, and $8,000 and $10,000 are minimum targets, in my opinion, for the price of Ethereum.